can I say a big good morning to our friend Ashley, the webmaster.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ashley. I always love Wednesday mornings right around this time, around 8 o'clock. We dig into one of these women's issues lists that our friend Sonny Richardson.
Real women's issues.
Yeah,
right
this one is one I will have the least input on because it's about being a mom and about having a toddler. Now, I know you do have, but you're still in the toddler phase?
Well, she's 4, so she's technically like preschool, but
okay.
I was looking at this list and they all apply.
Okay.
Every one of them.
And Kat's almost at the point now where she has an adult.
A college student almost.
Almost, yeah.
We toured campus the other day. Holy crap.
Yeah, so you guys will have better. I have no kids. And then reading lists like this remind me why I have no kids. Every once in a while, Brittany and I'll be like, you know what, having kids, it seems like a lot of fun. You know, we should probably do that. That's what people do. And then we see things on TV or lists like this on our website and like, you know what, we made the right choice. We're doing just fine. This is 13 mom struggles for mothers with toddlers. This was from Sonny Richardson, a local author here in Evansville. Number 1 is the uh-oh game. It says, no one hates the uh-oh game more than I do. Quote, Mommy, uh-oh, they say slyly as they rocket their entire dinner plate across the room onto the floor. To them, it's hilarious. Meanwhile, you're restraining yourself from screaming as loudly as your lungs will allow. Not to mention, the uh-oh game is played multiple times a day and lasts for several months. How does this work? This kind of rings a bell because I'm 7 years older than my sister, and I remember her terrible twos. And I remember things like this that just made no sense. But so do you guys probably have more experience in this area than I do.
We didn't have terrible 2s in my house. However, we did have homicidal 3s where I couldn't handle 3. 3 was bad. 3 was really bad. It was like terrible 2s, everything I'd ever heard about terrible 2s on steroids. It was awful. I was the only person that she misbehaved for. Everybody else thought she was an angel.
Yeah, that was my sister too.
And for me, she would scream. She would get I would put her, she would do something and I would tell her, I'd make her go in her room and go and you can sit on your bed and you can think about what you've done. And she would just scream. 15, 20 minutes of just
Does she still do that?
Screaming. No, no, she outgrew it. But, like she would scream, she would kick the wall, and nobody saw any of it but me.
I don't know why I'd want to welcome this into my life. I don't know why I would choose to do that.
The uh-oh game specifically, though, it was usually a game that lasted about 10 or 15 minutes, and it was repeated. It was like Groundhog's Day. She would drop something, uh-oh, and you pick it up and hand it back to her, and then she would drop it again, uh-oh, and you pick it up and hand it back, and then she drops it again. So yeah, it was the uh-oh game was loads of fun.
On Monday morning, my child is 4. On Monday morning, I made myself a smoothie in the blender, and it had dark chocolate powder in it, so it was nice and chocolatey and delicious. And I went to pour it into my cup, and my child was like, I want to push the button. And she pushed that button, and it went
with the lid off
over me.
That's awesome.
So,
nice job, Ava.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and she's laughing. She's like, that was hilarious. And I was like, I'm going to snap.
The second struggle for mothers with toddlers is never peeing alone.
That's not even a toddler thing. Okay, she turns 18 in May. I still don't pee alone. Just for the record, I don't remember the last time that, there's no peeing alone. There's no showering. There's no peace and quiet in the bathroom and alone time.
And then if you have pets, they want to be in there with you too.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me when my dogs watch me do my stuff. I know, but I have a 115-pound
Akita and a Chihuahua and a cat and a kid and in the bathroom with me, and I'm like, go away, guys.
You shouldn't want to be in here for this. I only imagine my dogs are thinking, hey, you watch me do it. I can watch you do it. Number 3, hearing, quote, I'm hungry 500 times a day. I'm hungry is one of the most repeated phrases in a household with toddlers. And I guess that's got to be true because their vocabulary has got to be pretty limited when they're a toddler. So, things like, uh-oh, and I'm hungry, you probably hear over and over again. That's got to be annoying.
Yeah, and she finds these, weird things on the floor or whatever and picks them up and tries to, even now, she's like, ooh, a chip. And I'm like, stop.
It's been on the floor, from the floor for at least. I haven't
Don't do that.
But she will be like, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. And then I make her something and she takes a bite and runs off. And I have to physically make her sit down and eat something.
But by the way, I don't know which one of you, whether it was you or Sunny, chose the gifts on this one.
She did.
Michelle Tanner stuffing her face with spaghetti was a nice touch. Number 4, the bloody murder scream. Most toddlers at one time.
God.
Kat was just describing this, it sounds like, and I'm familiar with it too. Forget having a sister. I've been on an airplane before.
Now, there is a difference, though, between the I'm going to lay in my bed and scream for 15 minutes and the blood-curdling, bloody murder scream. The bloody murder scream was very distinct, makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Well, they'll reach a certain either volume or pitch where it starts to like garble.
Yeah.
Or like they're straining their vocal cords too much, or like it almost sounds like overmodulation.
It will make your eyes water.
Oh my God, yeah.
Do you know how you can tell when they're actually really hurt?
Yeah,
There is a delay and then they scream. Like if it takes a minute to process that pain.
I've heard that before.
And then it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like because they're kind of like weighing the situation before they're actually
how
reacting.
hurt am I? Oh, I'm really hurt.
Yeah.
And you can usually tell because you can hear the thud.
We'll hit another one or two of these before we take a break. 13 mom struggles for mothers with toddlers from Sonny Richardson here in Evansville. Number 5 is puke. It says vomit. So much vomit. Little children build up their immune systems during the toddler years, which unfortunately means a lot of illness. Yeah, I do remember. I've been told a story. I threw up in my brother's mouth one time.
Gross,
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I'm just being honest. I was a baby. But I mean, from what it sounds like, he's tossing me up in the air. He deserved it. You know, like he should know better than me, you know. But you guys have any good puke stories when it comes to your kids?
You know, Elizabeth wasn't a puker. She wasn't a sick kid. Like her immune system is really strong. And I'm really grateful for that. But we didn't have a lot of puking as a toddler. We did when I stopped breastfeeding and I started bottle feeding, there were issues. We had projectile vomiting at that point in her as an infant, but not as a toddler. Like she didn't get the sick toddler gross crud stuff.
I actually hung out with Sunny on Friday night, and she was telling me that she had to pick her son up from school because I think she said when he gets really excited, he throws up. And that's a problem at school.
See, Roxy's still in that, like when she gets excited or sees grandma or something, she pees a little bit. I can't imagine she started puking everywhere too. That would just be awful. Oh my gosh.
I know. She's just like, please leave him at school. He just got really happy.
Let's do one more and then we'll split it. Number 6, 13 mom struggles for moms with toddlers. Number 6, it says hold you. Hold you frequently means hold me. They will never want you to stop holding them unless you actually want to hold them, then forget it. Anytime you're busy or on the telephone, I guarantee your toddler is standing at your feet demanding to be held. That sounds about right.
Okay. I think I'm going to have a little bit of a different perspective on this because mine's as old as she is now.
Almost an adult.
Stop saying that.
Sorry.
When Elizabeth was a toddler, she did say hold you. It wasn't hold me, it was hold you. So she would hold her arms up in the air, and she would like flick her fingers down at her palms, you know, and it was hold you, mommy, hold you. And
that's adorable.
It was the most, heartwarming thing. And she was very much my little snuggly buddy. I mean, it was hold you, mommy, and it was cuddle, mommy, and now I go to hug her and she stands limp with her arms at her side. Like, you're touching me. She goes, when she's home and I go to go to tell her good night and I want to kiss her on the head. She's like, don't.
Yeah, well, she's 17. That's gonna happen.
She'll grow out of that.
But your daughter is still probably in the holdable phase.
Well, she grew very quickly. So my daughter is 4 and she's in a size 8 in little girls. So she's a big kid, and she has been about 50 pounds since she's turned 4. So she's always just been a big kid. And so she wants me to pick her up and carry her around, and I can't because she's just, she's a big kid. And that,
to be fair, that really beats walking. Like, I think walking sucks.
This morning I carried her from the car to the babysitter's house, and it was like, it was a workout, because she's 50 pounds.
Do you ever see that one meme that says, like, think about this for a second. One time your parents picked you up and then put you down and then never picked you back up again. And like that makes you think. Just makes you think. It makes you feel things. Mm-hmm. This one time you spend your whole life.
Did you just have a moment there, Rob?
No, I mean I had that moment when I saw the meme, but like because you were held your entire childhood, and then one time you were too big to pick up, and you never got picked up.
I keep telling her that she's too big, but she just doesn't believe me and doesn't care.
So Elizabeth was like probably 11 or 12, and I could still pick her up and like put her on my hip. She had help. It was like a 1, 2, 3, and she would jump and I would lift, but I could put her on my hip. She could wrap her legs around me and I could hold her.
So number 7 on this list of 13 mom struggles for mothers of toddlers. I feel like we kind of hit number 7 already. Watching you shower. We were talking about like just you never get alone time in the bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley, your mic was off. What was that?
I said my kid doesn't just watch me shower. She likes to come in and pull the shower curtain back and then run and scream. That's a fun time.
Okay. couple things that I didn't tell you about the showering.
All right.
When she was a toddler, she liked to shower with me. That was a big treat, was to get to take a shower with me because she liked when I would wash her hair. And then as she got older, like middle school, when it was just me and her, and I would go to take a shower, she would ask if she could come with me, and she would come and she would camp out basically in the bathroom floor, and she would just talk to me. We would just have like these long, in-depth mother-daughter conversations. I remember there was one point in time where I'm in the shower, I'm shaving my legs, and I'm telling her about how, these people that are mean to her in like 6th, 7th grade. I'm like, these kids that are mean to you, honey, I promise you, in 20 years, they're not going to matter. You won't even probably remember their names. That these are people that are in your life right now. They won't be in your life long term, and in the grand scheme of your life, they don't matter. Please don't let it hurt you. Don't let it. And I'm shaving my legs and having this in-depth conversation with my kid.
Number 8, mom struggles, according to Sonny Richardson, one of our local authors here in Evansville. Food issues. For being hungry all the time, toddlers are just about the pickiest eaters on the planet. Until you witnessed a child throw a full-blown fit over a dry cereal when they wanted milk in it. You can't even imagine the ridiculousness of how deep these food issues can go.
Yep. I ask every single detail about, like, this morning I said, okay, you want waffles. Do you want peanut butter on them? Yes. Do you want jelly on them? Yes. Because some days she wants jelly, some days no jelly, some days no peanut butter. And you're just
if you get it wrong, she won't eat it.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I've learned that if it touches, it's disqualified. Elizabeth's food to this day cannot touch on the plate.
The food can't touch?
Yes, they have to be. I mean, at 17, I might as well still get her divided plates because the food can't touch, or the pieces that touch are moved off of the plate. They are disqualified. They do not get eaten.
You can probably still get them with Sesame Street characters on them.
Probably. I'm learning Sean's kids have quirky food things that I'm learning. Like Zoe likes pancakes, but she doesn't like butter on her pancakes. So when I make pancakes, I butter as I go while the pancakes are hot. Well, then I made pancakes one day, and then she's like, I'm not really hungry now. And I'm like, okay, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And then later found out she didn't like butter. And I'm like, honey, just tell me. Like, it's not a big deal. I'll make you some without it. But they're food things. Food things.
Absolutely. Number 9 is meltdowns. Meltdowns are the worst and sometimes the best. Meltdowns at home can sometimes be easily remedied by timeout. At a small age, they can even seem a little cute the first few times. However, a meltdown in public is a nightmare. That's about right.
I remember Ava had a meltdown in Walmart one time, and she was just on the floor like crying and kicking her feet and everything, and I thought,
was this because you wouldn't let her lick the sink in the bathroom?
I guess I don't even know. She was throwing such a fit, and so I said, okay. So I left her on the floor, and I went one aisle over. I could see her, like it was the same aisle. It was just a little bit down. So I was obviously with her.
You gave her the impression that you were leaving, though?
No, I just had to like grab some baby food or something, like just a couple feet away. And so as I'm standing there, people are walking by and they'd see me, and one girl comes up to me and gives me a hug, and she goes, "You're doing the right thing, Mom." And I was like,
you got a hug at Walmart from a stranger.
Nice.
And it was like a teenage girl. So she's like, "Don't worry, I was exactly the same way." And there was about 2 or 3 people who were like, "Yeah, let your kid have a meltdown at Walmart. Don't run him out of there." And I was like, "Okay, good."
It's hard.
Yeah,
and
sure.
like I said, the threes, they were homicidal. I mean, they were bad. The threes were bad. They were very, very bad. There was so much screaming at 3, and only with me. Everybody else thought she was a freaking angel because she was so good with everybody else. Just me.
Number 10, mom struggles. Potty training. Pee everywhere, it says. All over. Pee on the toilet, on the floor, on their body, on the bed, but almost never in the potty.
When we were potty training, I went to Old Navy to try on some clothes, and like I had the pile of clothes that I wasn't going to buy, and my child walked up to them and peed all over them. And I was mortified because then I had to buy this pile of clothes that didn't fit me.
The clothes you didn't want.
Yes. And the girls there were so gracious, and they like ran and like started cleaning it up and took care of it because I was like, where's the bathroom? I'm going to clean this up.
When you say pee, is it like, what do you mean? Like, did she drop trowel? Did she have a diaper on?
She had her little underpants on because she was potty trained.
Okay.
But I guess it just like hit her so fast. She was like kind of just standing by it and just all over the place, and it just puddled right into it. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it have been on the clothes I'm about to buy? I could just wash them.
Bikini in there that I was just like, Ava.
Doesn't even fit.
Ava.
Kat, any good pee stories?
Yeah. Elizabeth, oh God. Okay, so the whole potty training thing was a treat because we started with pull-ups because pull-ups had kind of just become a big thing. And
I remember my sister.
Yeah. So the thing with those was that they acted like a diaper. So she knew that she didn't have to go to the bathroom. So I finally gave up with that and was like, you know what? We're just going to do big girl panties. And because this is how I parented because I was young and dumb and still how I parent. Had a conversation with her. It was one of those honest mom conversations that I have with my kid. And I'm like, look, here's the deal. You're a big girl. You got to go in the potty. We're going to put big girl panties on. Yes, they're pretty. And if you don't go to the bathroom and use the potty like a big girl in your big girl panties, if you pee in your big girl panties, it's going to run down your leg. It's going to run into your shoe. It's going to get your socks wet. It's going to be no, but it's going to be gross. You're not going to like how it feels. So you just need to go to the potty.
My mom had that conversation with me too.
Did she?
Yep.
Like
and that's how I got potty trained.
I've always been very real with Elizabeth. Like, here's the deal, dude.
Listen, when I was learning how to swim, my dad just threw me in the pool. Sometimes it's what you got to do. This might be our last one here. Number 11. We'll go to public decency. Attempting to keep your child decent in all senses of the word out in public is almost impossible, Sunny says. My kid just whipped it out one day at the farmer's market and peed right in the grass in front of everyone. Prayers fly every time you have to take your child anywhere important. Please don't cuss. Please keep your clothes on. Please do not lick anything. Yes, that's for real, please. Okay, well.
Didn't Ashley have a story about Ava licking inappropriate things?
Yeah,
The sink
we went to Walmart and she licked the public sink.
Oh, God. That was so barf-inducing.
Oh, God.
Do you have anyone have any good, indecency in public?
Standing in line at Walmart to check out Elizabeth's probably
Poor Walmart.
5.
The victim of all these stories.
I know. She's probably like 5. And she's standing directly behind me. Like, she's right there. She was always really good about staying close. And I'm putting stuff up on the belt and emptying my cart, and I turn and I look, and she has her hand down her pants. Like, I'm not talking like it's in the waistband like she had an itch. I'm talking
Not an
like
Al Bundy?
No, I'm talking like down her pants. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Don't stop it.
Elizabeth, where's your elbow? Come on.
My God.
Ashley, I'm sure you've got one of these.
Oh, God. No,
So glad she's not listening right now.
She's... Yeah. No, I don't think she's ever, like, pulled her pants down or anything.
I mean, she peed in the Kohl's or wherever you were buying clothes.
The Old Navy.
Old Navy.
Well, she did that through her underwear, but no, I don't think she's... I know that my aunt always told a story about how they were checking out at the grocery store and her little boy, she said, Michael, where's your peanuts? And he was like, right here.
That's disgusting.